Chapter 22, Mishnah 6. Sachin shemen al haguf b'Shabbat. We anoint our body with oil on Shabbat. Umemashmeshim b'bnei me'ayim. And you massage the stomach. רוב המפרשים אינם גורסים בבני המעיים. Most of the commentaries don't say בני מעיים, which means stomach. אלא וממשמשים בלבד. They just say, and you rub, you massage. כלומר, which means it's a continuation of the first part of the Mishnah, where it says that you anoint. You massage the anointing oil. כלומר, שבזמן שסחים, at the time that you anoint, ממשמשים ביד, you massage with your hands, על כל הגוף בנחת להנאה, on the entire body, but you do it in an easy manner, for enjoyment. אבל לא מתעמלים, but you do not מתעמל. We're going to see what the word מתעמל now in Shabbat. מתעמל in Shabbat. Literally, להתעמל means to exercise, as we're going to see. כלומר, but over here it means שאין משפשפים את הגוף בכוח. You do not massage the body with strength. That's what's לא להתעמל. In other words, you're allowed to gently massage, but not hard massage. אבל הרמב"ם נוקט כגרסת משנתנו, but the Rambam learns a Mishnah like we have it in our Mishnah over here. Sachin umemashmeshim bebnei me'ayim. It's you anoint and you massage the stomach. Shekach hi הגרסה גם בברייתא. And this is also the common way to say it in the Braita, in the outside Mishnah. ופירוש הדברים, and which, what it means, שנוהגים היו לסוך את הגוף בשמן. That there was a custom to anoint the body with oil. ואחר כך למשמש בבני המים, and then to massage the stomach. או שהיו משמשמים תחילה בבני מים ואחר כך סכין. Or there's another opinion that first they used to massage and then they used to anoint. ובא המשנה ללמדנו, this Mishnah comes to teach us, שאף בשבת מותר לסוך ולמשמש בבני המים. That even on Shabbat you're allowed to anoint and you're allowed to massage the stomach. ובלבד שיעשה אדם בשינוי. But we don't want a person to do it like in a regular manner. So you have to do it in an unusual manner. דהיינו, שיסוך וימשמש בבת אחת. That you're going to do the massage and the anointing at the same time. כדעת רבי יוחנן בגמרא. This is the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan in the Gemara. כדי שלא יעשה בשבת, כדרך שהוא עושה בחול. So that it will change his behavior on Shabbat from his usual behavior on a weekday. אבל לא מתעמלים, but not להתעמל, the word that we had before was massage in a strong manner. פירש הרמב"ם, the Rambam says, איזה הוא מתעמל? What does it mean to להתעמל? And the Rambam says, זה שדורסים על גופו בכוח. This is a person who you step on his body with strength עד שיגע ויזיע, until he's going to sweat. או שיהלך עד שיגיע ויזיע, or that he will walk until he will sweat. In other words, in modern language, this means exercise. ואסור להיגע את עצמו כדי שיזיע בשבת. One is not allowed to exercise himself to such an extent that he breaks sweat on Shabbat. Why? So the answer is מפני שהיא רפואה, because this is considered to be medicine. מכאן שלדעת הרמב"ם, from here we see that according to the opinion of the Rambam, מותר לסוך לשפשף בשבת אפילו בכוח. The Rambam says you're allowed to massage on Shabbat even with great strength. כל זמן שאינו מתכוון לבוא לידי הזרעה. So according to the Rambam, as long as it's not exercise, as you're just massaging in order to relieve the pain or whatever it is if it's not going to lead you into sweat, then the Rambam allows it. גם רבנו חננאל מפרש בדרך הרמב"ם. Also רבנו חננאל learns it exactly like the Rambam, אבל לא מתעמלים. But you do not exercise. היינו, what is exercise according to רבנו חננאל? What is the word להתעמל according to רבנו חננאל? היינו שפושטים ומקפלים זרועותיהם לפניהם ולאחריהם, that they extend their feet, their hands and their legs backwards and forwards, וכן רגליהם על גבי ירחותיהם ומתחמים ומזיעים. In other words, modern day exercise, one is not allowed to do. והוא, and the reason why one is not allowed to do it, הוא כאין מעשה רפואה, it is like healing, like medicine on Shabbat, ואסור בשבת, and it is forbidden בשבת, because they're afraid if we allow you to do this, you're going to come grind spices and so on. ולא מתגרדים, you also do not scratch, במגרדת או במברשת בשבת, with a scratching tool or a comb on Shabbat, מפני שהוא מעשה כמעשה של חול, again, because it is what you do in a regular weekday. ברם, אם היו ידיו מלוכלכות בטיט או בצואה, but if his hands were dirty with mud or excrement, גורד כדרכו ואינו חושש. One is allowed to scratch in a regular manner and one doesn't have to be worried about anything. שהואיל ועושה את זאת מתוך הכרח, because he does it out of necessity, אין זה נראה כמעשה של חול. It doesn't look like he's doing it in a weekly manner. It doesn't look like he's healing himself. It looks like he is just cleaning himself. Finish that part. Next part. אין יורדים לקורדימה. One is not allowed to go down to a קורדימה. Now what's a קורדימה? קורדימה is שם נהר. It's the name of a river. שישתית מחליק בקרקעיתו. That it has a mud which is very slippery at its bottom. והיורד לשם עלול להחליק. And the one who goes down there might slip ולהרטיב בגדיו. And then he's going to wet his entire clothing. And we're afraid, ויבוא לידי סחיטה. We're afraid he's going to come into squeezing his clothes. והרמב"ם מפרש, the Rambam מפרש, what is a קורדימה? בור מים, he says this is a pit of water, ויש בו חמימות, which is a little bit of, has warmth it. לפי שהמים מכונסים בו, because the water is gathered in there, והנכנס לשם יזיע, and if you enter over there, you're going to sweat. So this is like a sauna in our days. והזיעה ביום שבת אסורה, and like we said, sweating on Shabbat is forbidden. ויש גורסים, some גורסים, some say that the word is not קורדימה, but it's a different word. What's the other word? אין יורדים לפילומה. You do not come down to the פילומה. Now, what's a פילומה? פירוש, בקעה שיש במים, it's a valley that has in it water, ותחתיתה tit דביק, and its in bottom is a mud which is very sticky. In other words, a marsh. ואדם היורד שם, and a person who goes down over there, עלול לטבוע באותו tit, is in danger to drown in that mud. ולא יוכל לעלות עד שיזעקו אנשים אחדים לעזרתו. He will not be able to come out of this quicksand until we're going to gather a few people to pick him up. ויש אומרים, there are those who says, שהרוחץ באותה בקעה מצטנן. It says that Piloma is a certain valley that has certain water, and if you bathe over them, you're going to cool yourself off. ואותם המים משלשלים את פני המעיים, and that water would cause you to have loose bowels. That's what it says, and again, because of the loose bowels, it's a way of medicine. כלומר, שעל ידי כך יתבטל עונג שבת, but going down to such water, a person is going to be busy in the bathroom all day long, so he's not going to have enjoyment of Shabbat. ואין עושים, next part, ואין עושים אפיק תוזיון, אפיק תויזין. We do not do an apik toizin. Now, what's an apik toizin? So in the time of the Romans, since they were so decadent, they loved the pleasures of the flesh to such an extent, they used to have big feasts, and when they couldn't eat anymore, they wanted to eat some more. So what would they do? They would take this drug and they would drink it, and then they would throw up so that they will be able to eat again. So this is what it says. Ve'en osim apik tu vizin. This is a drug. Hamavi leidei hakaat ha'ma'achal, who brings the person to throw up his food. Klomar, which means she'asur lishtoto, one is not allowed to drink it. Beshabbat, on Shabbat, why? Lefi shedome lerefuah, because this is just like medicine. Vegazru mishum shchikat samemanim, and they made a decree because once we allow you to do this, they are afraid that you're going to grind other herbs, and that is not allowed on Shabbat. Beram, but mutar lachnis etzba legaron kedei la'aki, but you're allowed to put a finger down your throat if you don't feel well in order to throw up. This is only in a manner that the person doesn't feel good, not because he wants to eat extra food. Apik tu vizin. What is apik tu zin? Mefaresh Rambam, the Rambam explained that word. Shehi mila murkevet memilim aramiyot. It says, the word looks like it was a Greek word, but the Rambam says it comes from Aramaic, and he breaks down the word into 3 different words. What are the 3 different words? Apik means to bring out, and then it says tui zin, hotzaat hamazon. Apik means to throw up. Hotzaat hamazon min abishul. Zin in the end means mazon, which means food, and tui means cooked. So all the 3 words together means to bring out the cooked food. To bring out the cooked food. Klomar, which means sheyaki et hamazon, that the person is going to throw up the food. Veyetzienu min ha'itamuka kodem sheyitekel, bring it out from the stomach before the digestion system. Finished. Another things that one is not allowed to do. Ein me'atzvim et hakatan. One is not allowed to chiropractic a small child, to do a chiropractic session on a small child. אין מתקנים ומיישרים את עצמותיו וחוליית שדרתו בשבת. One is not allowed to do a chiropractic adjustment on the spine on Shabbat. מפני שזה כבונה, because it is similar like building the child. ברם, but מותר ללפף את הקטן בחיתולים. One is allowed to put garments over the baby very tightly. ולקשור בחגורה רחבה, or to tie him with a wide belt, כדי ליישב פרקי איבריו הרכים, in order to adjust his bones which are soft. Obviously, you don't do that, but it says that if a newborn baby comes out and his limbs are attached, then you are allowed to do that. ואין מחזירים את השבר. Also, one is not allowed to adjust a broken bone. עצם שנשברה אסור להחזירה למקומה בשבת. One is not allowed to bring it back to its position on Shabbat. In the Gemara, immediately they explains, בגמרא אמרו שאין הלכה בעניין זה כמשנתנו. Obviously, for sure, even in the time of the Gemara, but for sure, for this day and age, if somebody has a broken bone, he has to go immediately to the hospital. This is pekuach nefesh. But in the time of the Gemara, I guess, in the time of the Mishnah, I guess people were tougher, and also there were no hospitals so much. So, Ela halacha, but the halacha, the Gemara explains, machzirim et hashever b'Shabbat, that you're allowed to readjust a broken bone on Shabbat. Next one, the Mishnah says, Mi shenefreka yado v'raglo, somebody his hand or leg became dislocated, shenak'a etzem min haperek, that the bone got dislocated from the joint, של יד או של רגלו, whether it was a hand or a foot, הואיל ואין בזה סכנה, the Mishnah says, since this is not dangerous, לא יטרפם בצונן, one is not allowed to put it in ice water, לא ישפשף אותם במקום הנקע במים צוננים בשבת. You shouldn't put it in ice water on Shabbat. שנראה לכל שהיא עושה זאת לרפואה, because it looks like he's doing it for medicinal purposes. אבל רוחץ הוא כדרכו, but he's allowed to wash like he knows. One way also I think the halacha by it comes to today is that one is allowed to put an ice pack on a dislocated limb. But in time of the Mishnah, I guess they were much tougher than in our times. אבל רוחץ הוא כדרכו, but even in the time of the Mishnah, one was allowed to wash it with water, את ידיו ורגליו, both his hands and feet, בצוננים, with cold water, ואם יתרפן, יתרפן, and if it would bring down the swelling down, how much better. שכל שאינו נראה שמתכוון לרפואה, as long it doesn't look like he's doing it for medicinal purposes, this is allowed. מותר, it is permitted, כמו ששנינו לעיל, like we already mentioned above.